Now for something completely different.
Smoke
medical
weed every day.
The following thoughts on Hoppe Hour represent Ryan Hoppe and past it. Listener discretion is advised.
Live from Tampa Bay, you are tuned in to Hoppe Hour.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour starts in 4, 3, 2, Hoppe. Hoppe, Hoppe. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe.
What's up? This is Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. You can always call the show and leave me a voicemail, 856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-494-6773. And my last name is spelled Hoppe. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. And what do you think my Snapchat would be? Ryan Hoppe Radio. If you have not heard the show before, this is Hoppe Hour. We are an in-studio circus. You never know what we might talk about. Today, we're going to get a little political. Not too much, but you kind of have to address the elephant in the room. And then we'll talk about Gypsy Rose, Travis Kelce, and much more. I came to the realization, by the way, that like when the year goes from 2024 to 2025, and there's going to be like the recap video of 2024, and it's going to be 2024 in 5 minutes. You know how they make those videos at the end of the year? Gypsy Rose and the Hawk Tour Girl are just going to be all over it. The Hawk Tour Girl was actually on a radio show in Sydney, Australia that I like called the Kyle and Jackie O Show. And they gave her a good interview, but we got that and much more. I feel like I'm just kind of dragging out talking about the Donald Trump situation because I almost didn't record today. I was like, do I want to separate my audience? Because on this show, I rip into and I make fun of the rich and elite. So I make fun of Biden and I make fun of Trump because I'm not voting. I think they're two dumb boomers and I don't like boomers. This just in. But I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, where I was when it happened. I was in the bathroom at the chill room of Pinellas Park. And when I go to the bathroom, I have the lights off. So a lot of times when people come by, they're like, thinking no one's in there. No, I'm in there. The lights are not on. I just like having the lights off. And it was a very zen moment. It was after my big announcement, which if you haven't heard the big announcement, go to my social media at Ryan Hoppe Radio. There's a little tease. So I was kind of riding off the wave and I'm just sitting there and it's all chill. You know, like when there's that calm before the storm moment in life where you're like, things are too chill right now. So I go into the main room of the chill room and everyone's freaking out. And I see on TV and it shows like, it was like 2 minutes after, like they put on Fox News. They weren't watching it live. And it was before he fist pumped and showed that everything was okay. It was when you're wondering if the guy is dead. And for about 2 seconds, 3 seconds there, I'm like, oh, this sucks. And then I saw the fist pumping and I went, okay, good. He's alive. Now, I'm not a big fan of Trump. I didn't want to admit this, but I'm going to admit it. For about 30 minutes there, about an hour, I thought it was staged. I thought he set it up to look like a hero. But then when I heard that somebody else lost their life from it, then I was like, that's definitely not staged. And by me admitting that, I'm admitting I don't like Trump. I think he's a despicable person. I think Biden's a despicable person. I think if you think either of them are really good people, then you're falling for the propaganda and you're a sheep. But the thing that made me so sad about what had happened, the thing that immediately came to my mind is how divided we are going to continue to be as a country. I feel like before then, everybody unanimously was laughing at Biden, blah, 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 he can't talk. And Trump was just kind of low key. And now you're seeing liberals that are like, oh, I wish he would have died and da, da, da. And it's like, you can say what you want about the guy. You can think he's an absolute piece of garbage because he has done and said things in his life that have made him either loved or hated. He's the dude you either love or hate. I'm in between. I'm 50-50 on him. I'm not voting for him, but if I had a choice between him and Biden, I would vote for him, but I'm not voting for him because I'm not going to vote. So I'm very in the middle about Trump. But when you're putting out the energy to the universe that you wish that it was a centimeter closer or whatever you're saying, hoping that he would have been shot and killed, that's not good. And I talk to a lot of people at kava bars that travel the world, because when you go to kava bars, especially the children of Pinellas Park, you never know who you're going to meet. And I've talked to a lot of people, one of them being Tim, who's the bartender at night. Very nice guy. Tim Johnstone Photography on Instagram. And he told me that, like, around the world, everybody just laughs in America. Everybody just thinks we're this big joke. We're this big circus. And it just makes me sad. But it also is a reason why I'm not going to vote. So there's my opening monologue about Trump. I don't know what to say. It's weird. It's quite frightening. It just feels like things have not been normal since he got elected in 2016. It's not really his fault. But like nothing was really going on with like Obama or Bush. And I'm not saying this is Trump's fault, but he just divided everything. We are so divided as a country. It's like, my God. So we got a few news headlines here. This could go for 15 more minutes. This could go for 5 more minutes, because I'm going to speed through this because I try not to get political. Here is Trump speaking out about what happened.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Take a look at what happened.
Former President Donald Trump has broken his silence after he was rushed off a stage at a rally in Pennsylvania, minutes after gunshots were heard on Saturday, July 13th. In video from the rally, the 78-year-old was seen ducking underneath the podium before Secret Service rushed to cover him.
I think the biggest thing, I don't think it was staged, but I think they had the interns for the Secret Service out. I mean, you saw that one woman who didn't even know how to hold a gun. There's that video of her freaking out. I mean, you got to be ready at all times. I mean, that is the biggest blunder of all.
Really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
The thing I thought was really weird, the thing that really threw me off was how nobody was freaking out behind him. Like, they're so brainwashed into being a part of the Trump cult that they're like, I'll die too for him. Like, if I'm ever around a shooting, I have missed 2 shootings. The one that was in downtown St. Pete last year outside of Ruby's Elixir, and then I missed the Ybor shooting. If I'm ever at a shooting, I am running to wherever I can be free. But it was like the president almost gets assassinated, and yes, you should be calling it an assassination attempt. If you don't like Trump and you don't want to admit. But literally, it was an assassination attempt, and everyone's like, whatever. It was very weird. The lack of scared panic behind people. I'm not saying you're supposed to panic in something like that, but it's just, the whole thing was bizarre. I was also microdosing during it. And I was like, oh, of course.
When he got up, he was seen with blood on the side of his head and ear, but is reportedly safe and fine.
Yeah.
The Secret Service confirmed in a post on X that he is currently being, quote, checked out at a local medical facility. Following the incident, the former president took to social media to speak out, writing, quote, I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear. I knew immediately that something was wrong and that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through my skin.
Yeah.
Much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening. God bless America.
Yeah.
The shooter and a spectator from the rally are dead, and 2 other people are in serious condition per NBC News.
That's when I was out on it being staged. If nobody died and they would not have found a shooter or something, then I'd go, maybe he set it up. But when immediately someone else died, I went, nope.
In his post, Trump thanks the Secret Service and law enforcement, writing, quote, most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed, and also to the family of another person that was badly injured, adding, it is incredible that such an act can take place in our country. Nothing is known at this time about the shooter, who is now dead.
That was at that time.
The Secret Service says that the incident is currently under investigation, and the Secret Service has notified the FBI. President Joe Biden spoke on camera about the shooting, calling it, quote, sick, and said he hopes to speak with Trump this evening. When he was asked by a reporter if it was an assassination attempt, Biden said, quote, I have an opinion, but I don't have all the facts.
What? Of course it was an assassination attempt. He's speaking, and somebody from afar tried to kill him. That's what drove me nuts, and that is how separated we are as a country, is that it's a clear assassination attempt. Here's the problem. If this would have happened to Biden, everybody on the right probably would not have called it an assassination attempt. If you like your candidate and it was your candidate that was shot at, it's an assassination. If it's not your candidate, it's not. That's what I've noticed. That's the hypocriticalness of the right getting mad at the left media not calling it an assassination attempt, is that if that was Biden or Kamala Harris or Obama, they wouldn't have said that. That's the problem.
I have tried to get a hold of Donald.
Yeah.
He's with his doctors.
Can you imagine those two dimwits talking? I mean, he would have been like, hey, what's up, Obama? The guy doesn't know where he is.
Apparently, he's doing well.
Yeah.
I plan on talking to him shortly, I hope.
This was at 8:15 p.m. East Coast time when he spoke. This is pretty good for past 7 p.m. of Joe Biden talking. I mean, usually when he talks, it's between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. is when he's very coherent. But I'm proud of him. He's able to complete 2 sentences in a row at night. I mean, that's a big thing.
But I don't have all the facts.
I have tried to get a hold of Donald. He's with his doctors.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's doing well. I plan on talking to him shortly, I hope, when I get back to the telephone. Look, there's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick.
There's no place for it, but it's happening all the time. Like, yeah, there's no place for rape, but it happens all the time. I mean, politicians are the worst.
It's sick.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening. We cannot.
You just said, oh, I want to unite the country. I'm Joe Biden. I want to unite the country. Unite the country by stepping down. Please.
Be like this. We cannot condone this. But the bottom line is that the Trump rally was a rally that he should have been able to be conducted peacefully and without any problem. But the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. And everybody must condemn it. Everybody.
All right. Let me see here. His kids react to him being shot.
Family members of former President Donald Trump are speaking out after he was shot during a rally on Saturday, July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania. The former president said the upper part of his right ear was pierced by a bullet. Wife Melania Trump issued a statement that reads in part, "When I watched that violent bullet strike my husband Donald, I realized my life and Barron's life were on the brink of devastating change. I'm grateful to the brave Secret Service agents and law enforcement officials who risked their own lives to protect my husband."
Yeah.
The former First Lady went on to add, "Let us not forget that differing opinions, policy, and political games are inferior to love. Our personal, structural, and life commitment until death is at serious risk. Political concepts are simple when compared to us human beings." Daughter Ivanka Trump took to X, formerly Twitter.
She's so hot.
Sharing a throwback picture of herself as a child with her mother, Ivana Trump. In her message, she wrote, "2 years ago today, my mom passed away. I believe she was watching over Dad last night during the attempt on his life. I miss her every day and pray for the safety of the family and friends she left behind."
All right. The other thing that drives me nuts is all the Republicans are saying, oh, God was with Trump. Like Fox News was on at the chill room and they were showing people that were like, oh my goodness, praise Jesus. God was with Trump. God was with Trump. God was with Trump. Where was God with the guy that died? Think about it. Why was God with Trump, but not with the everyday average Joe that attended the rally? Oh, but you believe in a God.
Daughter Tiffany Trump also shared a message on X, writing in part, "The outpouring of love and support for my dad is deeply appreciated."
Tiffany, I don't really know who she is. Like, I didn't even know he had a daughter named Tiffany, but she looks like Hillary Duff.
"Thank you, God, for keeping my father alive. Political violence is never the answer. God bless the Secret Service and law enforcement who fear."
All right. I can hear my audience getting bored. The last video says Trump addresses assassination attempt. I'm supposed to be dead. Yeah, that's how it works. All right. That's all we're going to talk about when it comes to Trump. Until Biden has another blunder, I'm not going to be covering this anymore on the show because nobody tunes into Hoppe Hour and goes, oh my God, I want to hear Hoppe talk about politics. Nobody has ever gone, oh my God. No. People listen because it's an escape from politics. So when I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this might be the last time I speak about politics. It's just crazy how separated we are as a country. It's insane. I don't even know where to go with it. It's crazy. No one can get along, blah, 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 da, da, da. I mean, Trump kind of manifests that hatred when he's a dick to other people, but it's like it's a human being at the end of the day. You know what we're going to do? We're going to take a quick commercial break because I am so bored of talking about politics. And I have that saying, if I'm bored, you're bored. Done. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Now, if you're listening on the radio, I appreciate it. If you're listening via a podcasting platform, I appreciate it. Search HOPPE on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Mixcloud, Odyssey, Pandora, Audible, all the platforms to listen to my show. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this. Do not touch that radio dial. Do not touch that smart device. However the hell you are listening to Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Here's the deal. I say this before every song. If you don't feel like listening, you can skip over 4 minutes. But here is a song from 10 years ago that showed up on my feed. I don't know if you've noticed, if you've been listening to a lot of my shows, but I play underground old school hip hop from the 2010s in Chicago. And this is Star Barksdale, who never really made it outside of Chicago. And this is Lil Reese. That's that shit we own.
I'm sending hits, that's that shit we own. Niggas hating, I'm fucking a bitch, that's that shit we own. Gangsta shit, this is it, that's that shit we own. Real niggas getting rich, that's that shit we own. 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 Big face folding, yeah, nigga, I'm rolling. You ain't even got an X, yeah, your boy holding. That's the shit I'm on, and the clown nigga down. You will never see him again. Swear to God, he won't be found. This Mr. I don't give a fuck, but your boy Lil Reese. You would think you saw King Shorty or Larry, but no, niggas just me. Represent that RD, gang need a facelift. Yeah, that's the surgery. Niggas be playing these games, I ain't got time for them. You will know when I'm coming when you hear them horns blowing. And I ain't talking from my ride, I'm talking about letting that chopper ride. Now y'all know how I ride, that's what I'm on, niggas try. Mafia shit, I'm singing hits, that's that shit we own. Niggas hate, I'm fucking a bitch, that's that shit we own. Gangsta shit, this is it, that's that shit we own. Real niggas getting rich, that's that shit we own. 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 That's that shit we own.
300 shit, I'm with the shit. That's that shit we on. If you not really with the shit, get the fuck on. My youngest bustin' crones. My youngest is at your dome. Home invasions, hitting licks. We be in your home. Nah, that's that shit we on. Nah, that's that shit we on. Only thing I blow is loud, bitch. I love strong. Yo, bitch, she give me thong. Yo, see them homes. 300, yeah, them my homes. I'm walking on the block with this fucking chrome. On the block, shooting dice, 2 for 10 is on. And it's that mafia shit we sitting, that's that shit we on.
Mafia shit, I'm singing hits, that's that shit we on. Niggas hate, I'm fucking a bitch, that's that shit we on. Gangsta shit, this is it, that's that shit we on. Real niggas getting rich, that's that shit we on. 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 Troops getting loot, finding a chick, knocking the boots. She a slave to the D. Yeah, man, I'm talking roots. Hit her with the star play, then we freak the night away. That's the shit I'm on every day, yeah, all day. Fresher than the peppermint with this new Chewy fit. Hall of Fame flow, yeah, nigga, I'm talking rich then. RD, that's my shit. Y'all see, I don't need no help. Why you hating on me? I'm just playing the cards, always still. Never talk secrets kept, never talk secrets kept. I play this game to win, why these motherfuckers getting swept? No extend goes in my videos, they no shows. Only time you see them straps is when I'm at your front door. Mafia shit, I'm singing hits, that's that shit we on. Niggas hate, I'm fucking a bitch, that's that shit we on. Gangsta shit, this is it, that's that shit we on. Real niggas getting rich, that's that shit we on.
What is it?
That's that shit we on.
Got it.
That's that shit we on.
Oh, sure.
That's that shit we on. That's that shit we on. That's that shit we on.
Yeah.
That's that shit we on. That's that shit we on. That's that shit we on.
I think that's the shit they're on. They only said it 1,000 times. That's the shit they're on. Oh, yeah. This following segment has been brought to you by Mitra 9. Best kava and kratom around at mitra-9.com. At checkout, use keyword Hoppe, Hoppe, to save 20%. This is also being brought to you by DZBZ Honey at dzbzhoney.com. The best Delta 8 CBD honey around. It comes in honey sticks, lollipops, lollipop, the rubber, and in a jar. If you go to dzbzhoney.com and at checkout, use keyword Hoppe, you can save 20%. All right, we're going to come back on Hoppe Hour. No more politics. Honestly, I might be done with that for the rest of the year unless something funny happens. All right, time to talk about celebrity news.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
What everyone else is afraid to say, Ryan Hoppe will say for you. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
Now for something completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour. I am your host, Ryan Hoppe. You can always reach me, 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Now, if you want to add me on LinkedIn, it's Ryan Hoppe. And I find LinkedIn absolutely, positively fascinating. It has become a boomer/CEO TikTok. The amount of mindless crap that I see on LinkedIn is out of this world. Let me go through my LinkedIn DMs. Like, you know how some girls go through their DMs that they get, or like NBA players go through their mean tweets? There's a guy named Paula, who's actually a girl. I wasn't sure. You never know what they identify as. Congrats on starting your new role. Hope you're doing well. Do you need a free resume review? We have a recruiter database with over 400,000 recruiters. I just got a new gig. I don't think I need to get my resume looked at. I appreciate it. Next one. Congrats on starting your role at the place you're working at. Is there any chance you need some voiceover done? I mean, seriously. It's like they're trying to like get a gig and they're going through me. And I'm like, I just got a gig and it's like 4 gigs in radio. I'm not saying I'm not going to help somebody, but like I don't know what they expect. LinkedIn's hilarious. People just on LinkedIn are like, let me see here. Check out my new tool, Ryan. This is the guy who books podcast interviews for people that want to speak to mentors and business people. Have you checked out my new tool, Ryan? I'd love your honest feedback to help improve the service. And what it is it's people talk about how to make money, which is pretty much people that were either born into money or people that made it in the 90s and they're like, just work hard, work 80 hours a week. Mm-hmm. Got it. Fucking LinkedIn cracks me up. It's hilarious. I have no idea why I just talked about that, and frankly, we're going to move on. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. Serena Williams spoke at the ESPYs, and I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of the gallery, that I find her repulsive. I find her slightly racist. I don't look at Serena Williams and go, oh my God, that is someone I want to hang out with. She'd be so nice and not talk behind my back while I go to the bathroom. I can't stand her. I look at her and I just go, you're obnoxious. And there's people out there that were like, that's a DEI hire. Oh my God, you hired somebody. But who cares? But a lot of times, people will claim racism, but then say racist things about white people. And she made this joke about Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark had an amazing year and is nominated for 3 awards. Caitlin, you are the Larry Bird in that you are an amazing player. You have ties to Indiana, and white people are really crazy about you.
Was it necessary to say, could you imagine if you had, let's say, some comedian go up there, Peyton Manning, and go, Angel Reese, your double streak was amazing recently. You won a championship, and black people love you from the hood. Just being honest. It was just not even funny. Like, the response, the way she said it wasn't even like, there was no humor in it. I didn't go, oh my God. You're so funny. Shut up. And then she had her husband walking around. He looks like he is totally whipped in that relationship. I look at that man and I go, I'm so sorry, buddy. He is so whipped. So I see this here, and this is funny. Not really. But Caitlin Clark responds to that comment. And what I love about Caitlin Clark, and yes, I'm white, what I love about her is the fact that she just is so classy. She literally has haters everywhere. And what does she do? She just ignores it. She just keeps it classy. You know, she probably vents to her dad and da-da-da, da-da-da. But you know, she's a good person. This is her talking about the ESPYs.
Yeah, I was watching it live. I was just sitting on my couch by myself. I mean, I guess it's pretty cool. I thought something that like really stood out to me was like how much women's basketball was a part of the show. I think it shows where women's basketball is going, and obviously women's athletics in general. Obviously, Serena did a tremendous job hosting, and I think that was great. But to me, like, you know, Juju won, Asia won. I won a couple. I think it just shows the excitement around the game and how many people watched and paid attention and where it's going to go.
I think you maybe have noticed recently, but the hate towards Caitlin Clark has really simmered down recently, and the hate towards Angel Reese has kind of gone up because Angel Reese, God like 13 double-doubles in a row and broke the WNBA record, and that's good. But then she was like stat padding at the end where she was trying to get fouled to like, make her free throws so that she would have 10 points, and she went like 3 for 14 from the field. A double-double is impressive when you make all your layups. But she's been getting a lot of hate recently, and she manifests it. All she does is talk smack. But if you've noticed recently, the smack towards Caitlin Clark has really been down, and that's because she's a nice person. She doesn't let it happen. Man, I've had haters all over the place. But you know what I do? I ignore it. If somebody else is talking about you, as long as you're not hurting kids, or as long as you're not hurting animals, or you're hurting other people, any publicity is good publicity. You know what I'm saying? So I look at that and I go, Caitlin Clark, you are classy. You are as good as it gets. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. Donald Trump announces J.D. Vance as vice president running mate. The guy looks like an Ohio version of Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. I wonder if Trump and Mike Pence are not cool. Hopefully JD is cool with being in a room with a woman without his wife being around. That whole thing with Mike Pence was weird. But then again, here I am getting political again. Ryan, don't do that. Ryan, don't do that. Ryan, don't do that. All right. Here is the deal, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We are going to take a quick break on Hoppe Hour. You can always call the show, 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. I record this show for the hardworking average Joe and Jane that grind in life. I don't care if you live in the United Kingdom, Detroit, Savannah, Missouri, Tampa Bay, Fort Myers, North Carolina. As long as you are listening to my show, I appreciate it. I record for the hardworking average Joe and Jane, like I said, so you never know where I might go. Hey, that rhymed. Next, we'll talk about Travis Kelce, Kim Kardashian, Hakua, and much more. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this. Do not touch that radio dial, that smart device. However the hell you are listening to the award-winning nationally syndicated circus known as Hoppe Hour.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Mm-hmm. I found this song. It's Zoo by Lil Wayne, taking you back to 2007. Now you're probably, oh my goodness, my mic's cut now. Mm-hmm. You're probably wondering why when I say Lil Wayne, I'm saying it like that. Because when you're talking about old school Wazy, you got to say it like Lil Wayne. If you don't feel like listening, you can skip forward for a minute. Here's Zoo by Lil Wayne.
Look, rock while on the beat. 1-7 in your face. 1-7. Mac Lane, you my nigga. You already. Cash Money, what's up? What's up? Check me out.
The Empire.
Young Money, motherfucker, with the cash at? I put numbers on your head like a class hat. See, I done been through everything like a lab rat. Can you swim? Cause you sleeping where the crabs at. I stand before you bitch niggas with the fifth cock. You can hear a pin drop. Bulletproof vests cannot defend tops. Wanna walk in my shoes, you need 10 socks. But these niggas is actors like Rick Fox. Stick to the script or fuck around and get written out. We in this motherfucker throwing up the set. G4 boys, throw 'em off the jet. And me and Mac is just two niggas from the same hood. Fell from the same tree, cut from the same wool. See, I'm the young lion, and he the young bull. Welcome to the zoo, you are in the zoo. See, me and Mac is just two niggas from the same hood. Fell from the same tree, cut from the same wool. See, I'm the young lion, and he the young bull. Welcome to the zoo, you are in the zoo.
Warning. Mac on a dollar hunt. I'm feeling real slick, bitch. I got my collars up. Spread the word, boy. I keep the kush bottled up. 40 cal, pal, you could get hollowed up. If you ain't talking money, homie, then that's cheap chatter. I'm pissing on the game for like I got a weak bladder. And y'all falling off, you climbing up a weak ladder. And I'm too high to try to reach you, son. I rock shows every day with Miss Sita, son. Then I'm uptown, baby, like I'm Peter Guns. A Lord Tyreek to the Lord I speak. I got game, I have a veggie trying to eat my meat. Nah, me and Tune is just two niggas from the same hood. Fell from the same tree, cut from the same wall. He a young lion, and I'm a young bull. Welcome to the zoo, nigga, welcome to the zoo. See, me and Tune is just two niggas from the same hood. Fell from the same tree, cut from the same wall. He just a young lion, and I'm a young bull. Welcome to the zoo, nigga, welcome to the zoo.
Now bring it back to Holly Grove, yeah, Holly Grove. Harrell Park had worked by the sliding boards.
Harrell Park, you get murked by the sliding boards. 17th wall animals and dinosaurs.
Got it.
Tyrannosaurus Rex, test me. It's MOB till a mortician dress me.
And that's deep. You run up on Eagle Street, Belfast and Monroe, be right at your front door.
Not, hello. That goes several fellows with clips to the elbows. Hell rolls.
And tell them niggas we was hustling till hell froze. Holly Grove ain't no motherfucking Melrose.
Hollywood ain't no motherfucking Holly Grove. They could find your ass Monday and your Friday clothes.
Or they could find your part dead on Father's Day. Holly Grove, USA, where Maine and Carter stay. And me and Carter just two niggas from the same hood. Fell from the same tree, cut from the same.
Oh, yeah.
He just a young lion.
Oh, sure.
I'm a young bull.
Got it.
Welcome to the zoo, nigga. Welcome to the zoo.
Me and Maine is just two niggas from the same hood.
Tell me about it.
From the same tree, cut from the same wool. See, I'm the young lion, and he the young bull. Welcome to the zoo. You are in the zoo.
Oh, yeah. This following segment has been brought to you by Amir Academy of Martial Arts at amiracademy.com. When I tell you that he is the best MMA trainer in all of the Bay Area, I am a man of my words. Now, if you're listening and you are in the Tampa Bay area and you're like, man, I want to check out this guy. He is at 2700 22nd Street North, and that's in St. Petersburg. He is open. The hours are Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. 2700 22nd Street North, 727-821-4097. It's 727-821-4097. Here's the deal. If you need MMA training, kids classes, women's self-defense classes, if you need bags to punch, if you need a workout room, whatever the hell you need, Amir Academy of Martial Arts can provide that. Go there and tell them I sent you.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
He's the voice of a generation that got screwed by the baby boomers. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Hoppe Hour.
And now for something completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
856-49-HOPPE. 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. And you can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. Now, if you're listening on the radio and you want to hear more of my show, Search HOPPE Radio on all major podcasting platforms. But enough of this self-promotion. Let's get back into the content. Only on Hoppe Hour.
Happy Hot Topic!
So I was recording on Saturday, and it was Richard Simmons' birthday, and I was like, oh my God, he is living another day, and then he dies 20 minutes later.
My life is a crusade. You made a mistake, but that's okay. We can fix it. To me, I get up in the morning, I say my prayers, I do my workout, I call 100 overweight people a day, get them motivated, inspired, I teach classes. You know, this is what God wanted me to do until he takes me to that little aerobic studio in the sky.
I wish I believed in that. I don't know if he really believes that, but I don't believe he is anywhere. Not trying to be negative, but I'm just being honest here. Richard Simmons is a cartoon character of a human being. He's one of those guys that, like, anybody who hated him was probably homophobic. I know he never, like, officially came out as gay, but I remember one time I worked with this guy who was like a boxing trainer, not the one I just promoted, Amir Academy of Martial Arts. This was at a conservative radio job. And he was an MMA trainer, and he was promoting his business on air. And he's like, "Yeah, we do the manly kickboxing, not like the fruitcake Richard Simmons." And I'm like, man, Richard probably had to deal with so much of that in his life.
Press it, stay there!
Yeah.
Richard loved helping people, and he adored the spotlight. So it was surprising to us at ET when the fitness guru became a total recluse. For almost...
Yeah, he was like, I'm sick of people talking about me. The media is like, why did he, quit talking to us? Because you all exploited him.
The last decade of his life, Richard was in hiding. There were even documentaries and headlines investigating his, quote, disappearance.
No.
Yeah, these are the same people that wonder why Britney goes insane.
I'm not kidnapped.
Richard's last interview was with ET.
Sometimes we get lost in our sadness.
We spoke to him by phone in 2016.
I really don't want to do anything right now. I'm at peace, and I just need some time.
Richard's last public appearance was at this fundraiser in January of 2013. So why hide from the public? He once
hide because he was sick of it. People were talking crap about him. I love listening to Howard Stern, but he was a dick to him. I mean, everybody was a dick to him.
Adored.
I had a knee injury, so I had a knee replacement, which was very difficult for me. And now my other knee is hurting, and I don't want to have another replacement. So I've just really been taking it easy, staying at home, working out in my gym, and doing the things that I haven't done in a very long time.
I'm the court jester. I'm the only one around to make him smile and make him feel good and give him hope. And it's, I'm a clown, but it's a very hard job.
I just want everyone to know that I love them very much, but it's time right now for Richard Simmons to take care of Richard Simmons.
Rest in peace, Richard Simmons. 856-49-HOPPE. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. This next headline proves how whipped Travis Kelce is.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
You guys want sweet or?
No, I can't.
That's their $3 million?
No.
Going to the Super Bowl can be a once-in-a-lifetime experience for certain football players, but to bring their family and friends, it's going to cost them. Just ask Travis Kelce. During an episode of Netflix's Receiver, Travis revealed that a suite to the Super Bowl in Las Vegas cost $3 million. An astronomical figure which he seemingly paid as he housed his superstar girlfriend Taylor Swift and her pals in one, along with other loved ones during this year's.
You know, he probably felt so much pressure to impress her because she's worth $1 billion and probably pays for a lot. And he's whipped. You can't be so manly shoving your coach on the field and not be whipped in that relationship.
Big game. A clip from the episode shows the Chiefs star talking to San Francisco 49er opponent George Kittle ahead of the game, where he shares the astonishing price of the suite as he asks if George's family has one.
My dad said to say what's up.
Tell the big guy say hello, man. Your whole family down.
I know, man.
No, right? You guys want sweet or?
No, I can't.
That's their $3 million.
No. Dog, I have a good contract.
You guys were teaming up with like a couple of players or something.
No.
Yeah, George Kittle's literally trying to talk, and Travis is like, I do a podcast. I'm going to talk over you.
Oh, we talked about it, but like Christian got a nice deal. But besides that, it's just like, you guys are going to be fine.
Yeah, it's pretty awkward for Travis. He's like, yeah, I spent $3 million. I won't get back.
The Chiefs beat the 49ers in the final few minutes of this year.
All right, this is where the video plays for another 2 minutes and tells us what happened. We all know the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. We were there. Leonardo DiCaprio, more in love than ever with Vittoria Soretti, which that would be the name of his girlfriend. They can't just be like Kim or, like Stacy. You always have to have the exotic name when you're hanging out with Leonardo DiCaprio. He's 49 and she is 26. Now, there's that rule that when a girl turns 27, you're way too old for Leonardo DiCaprio. So one has to wonder, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how much longer they are going to be dating. I wonder if he just gets sick of having sex with beautiful women at any time. Now, I would not be sick of it. I would love every second of it. But it's got to be so like soulless. Just girls are hanging out with you on your boat because you have money and everything. I know there's some dudes out there that are probably incels that can't get girls that are like, but it's got to be lonely. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's nice. Maybe it's everything you dream of. But you got to think like, Lil Wayne says it best, that you come to your senses. Here's a clip of Leonardo DiCaprio talking about turning 50.
You're 49 years old. How the hell did that happen?
I have no idea. We were talking about our first interview that may have been 30 years ago.
What do you want to do before you turn 50?
Good question.
Well, every now and then.
You know what? Just one more movie. One more movie.
The way he says it twice, you can tell he's having a midlife crisis.
One more movie.
One more movie. Oh, good for him. I hope he finds true love. He won't, because he's probably a sex addict. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. I record this show for the hardworking average Joe and Jane that grind in life. I don't care if you live in the UK or the US. You are listening to my voice right now, and that's all that matters. Now, if you're listening on the radio and you want to hear more of my show, go to every single major platform that has a podcast and search up Hoppe Radio, HOPPE Radio, and spread the word. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this. Do not touch that radio dial. Do not touch that smart device. However the hell you are listening to my show known as Hoppe Hour. We will be right back. Hang on.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
What song do I feel like playing? I want to play a banger right now. I want to play something that'll just get the party on. You can always call me, 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me, at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Here is Ja Rule with Mean One.
Guns. Rule, nigga. What? Empire. I know y'all see me.
She looked at me like I won't run up on her, run up on her.
I get you.
She licked her lips like she could take a mean one. Must be the air that I breathe that bring this world near me. Cause every time it's a breeze, I feel it coming at me. Oh.
Brave is the air too thin up here. The watch too bright up here. The sun glistening off the bezel, leaving them little shadows of ice on your face like freckles. Shoot it in a button on one of my best suits. And that pound is shined up like church shoes. I gotta make my next move my best move, even if that move don't involve you. Cause there's a lot of that would love to be in your position. Whether it was right for your mission, my mission is to make sure I stay in your system like heroin. So therefore it's me that you're hooked on. But sick of, don't be nodding off and getting comfy. I'll cancel your monthly. Dope boy, who want me? Let me get you high, you love this.
She looked at me like I won't run up on her, run up on her. She licked her lips like she could take a mean one. Must be the air that I breathe that bring this world near me. Cause every time it's a breeze, I feel it coming at me. Oh.
I'm a uptown boy, that girl from Brooklyn. Best eye chick, she know news in them. Cool with him, so she got the news from him. That what's happening, baby, what's happening? In the dice game, who got bank? Who's asking? 3 6s, look around, who's laughing? Point a chick out, they know who's smashing. I take fractions and spend on fashion. I'm all that, I don't call back. I'm more at a Ford that I'm buying all that. 645, the coupe is all black. Tell the bartender to send more of that. Window shop, who's pop? It's simple. I window shop, I buy the window, including the bimbo. This is simple.
So what's your name?
H.O.
She looked at me like I won't run up on her, run up on her. She licked her lips like she could take a mean one. Must be the air that I breathe that bring this world near me. Cause every time it's a breeze,
Okay, yeah. You know, young and I slide through. New coupe, sky blue, big wheels, interior, color diamond. And I'm used to life in the fast lane. Ask about me, I do the damn thing. You know, money's not an option. Really, my next return.
Oh, yeah. What a beat this is. Mean One, featuring Mapir. Never heard of him, but he's a good singer. This following segment has been brought to you by westchaseprinting.com. When I tell you that they are the best printing company in all of the Bay Area, I'm a man of my words. This is also being brought to you by Rich Keeley Master Barbershop at richkbarber.com. The best barber around. If you go there, over at Salon Loft on Kennedy Boulevard, and you tell Rich, after setting up for an appointment at richkbarber.com, you tell him that you heard about it from Hoppe Hour, he will hook you up. I'm a man of my words. I wouldn't lie to you. All right, we're going to come back, talk about more stuff.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Syndicated across the world and heard exclusively on every podcasting platform by searching Hoppe Radio. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour with Ryan Hoppe.
Marijuana. 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 Marijuana.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
And now for something completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
856-49-HOPPE. 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me. You can X me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. And you can always email me, RyanHoppeRadio@gmail.com. And for all the info, RyanHoppeRadio.com. For all the links to all the platforms that you can listen to Hoppe Hour on, that being Spotify and all of those, and all 6 affiliates we have for this show. All that info is at RyanHoppeRadio.com. This show is doing very well. Everybody's been complimenting me, but I'm staying humble. A lot of people I've worked with had a lot of success when they were in their like 30s and 40s, and then they peaked around 50 and treated everybody badly. So I'm going to be the opposite. I don't care how successful I get. This show could not explode anymore, and I'll be nice to people. There are so many douchebags in radio. It's unbelievable. Well, really, it's not.
Oh, happy hot topic! So go ahead and enjoy women's sports like you would any other sports because they are sports.
Yes. Except you, Harrison Butker. We don't need you.
Oh, Serena. By talking about Harrison Butker, you're just giving him attention. People forgot about that. That was so late April, early May.
After being dissed on live TV by one of the greatest athletes of all time, Harrison Butker has responded. In a statement following the comments from Serena Williams, the Kansas City Chiefs kicker told NBC News, "I thought Mrs. Williams was a great host and applaud her for using her platform to express her beliefs on a variety of topics."
I don't know if you've noticed, Caitlin Clark got pretty much teased by Serena, and she gives a classy response, and then Harrison Butker deals with this dig, and he has a classy response. You know, it probably is driving Serena nuts that the people she talked smack about are like, nope.
Sports are supposed to be the great unifier, and at an event dedicated to celebrating a diverse group of men and women who have accomplished great feats, she used it as an opportunity to disinvite those with whom she disagrees with from supporting fellow athletes. Serena called out Butker while she hosted the ESPY Awards on July 11th. The remark
I remember like 15 years ago, the ESPYs were funny, and I'm not saying it was a woke show, but it wasn't funny. It doesn't bother me that an African-American woman was up there performing. I think it's a beautiful thing that they're getting opportunities. I just wish it was less divisive. Everything in America is divisive now.
Mark was part of a broader discussion about women's sports between the tennis legend, her sister Venus Williams, and actor Quinta Brunson.
And the ESPYs wouldn't be complete without discussing the huge year in women's sports.
But some of you are new fans, so we wanted to give you some tips on how to properly enjoy them.
That's right. It's pretty simple. Do you like sports?
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Well, that's what these are. They're sports. And when talking about...
Oh, if that's the case, then you would leave Caitlin Clark alone. Because it's just people trying to watch sports, and you're dividing it. This is what I'm talking about, is when you have a woke show. I am a pretty woke guy. I believe in gay rights. I hate racism, blah, blah, blah. But this is what happens when you go woke, is you have hypocrisy.
About the players, you can describe them the same way you describe any player by using words such as athlete.
Oh, so they're saying that when someone says it's a female athlete, that they should just be called an athlete. So if that's the case, it shouldn't be WNBA. It should be NBA, right? Makes sense. Totally makes sense. So if that's the case, if there's a women's convention for sports, let's say, men should be allowed to go, right? If that's the case, men should be allowed to play with women's sports, right? You're making no sense.
Athlete, right?
Competitor?
Yeah.
That works. Champion.
I'm thinking of a few words for Serena, but I'm going to leave it to myself. 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-494-6773. Now, I saw this headline, and I found this fascinating.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Exes Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello reunite. The former couple are spotted together at the Copa America final on July 14th in Miami. While they seemingly arrived separately according to their respective social media posts, the two are spotted sitting together in videos shared across
I wonder what the chances they're hooking up again.
social media. The two look happy as they sit side by side, laughing and watching the soccer tournament, which ended in a win for Argentina.
It's funny. It might just say a lot about me as a person, and I don't know what it says, but I can't even imagine being in the same room as my ex. I wish my ex is nothing but the best, but I think they don't wish that upon me. But what I'm saying is, one time I was at a kava bar, And this is right after my breakup, and my ex was there doing her face painting thing. I think it's pineapple face painting. I'm giving her a plug, and because that's what she was with me for promotion. And by the way, she was on the other side of the room, and I didn't look once, and people said it was very tense. Mm-hmm. So shout out to Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello for being able to be in the same room. Man, if you could get all my exes and all my hookups to do a podcast together, oh, that'd be spicy.
News has reached out to reps for both singers, but has not yet heard back. The two dated from 2019 to 2021 and briefly rekindled their romance at Coachella in 2023.
So yeah, they're definitely hooking up again. Mm-hmm. But then again, maybe it's just some people are cool with their exes. It just says a lot about me. I don't know what it says, but I'm really saying that. I'm having a therapy session with you, which, by the way, if you need to get some counseling and you live in Maryland or Florida, counselingoncall.net. Mm-hmm. You can get telehealth or you can get appointments in person. And here's how this works. When you go there, I'm trying to move on from talking about exes. When you go there and you get your therapist and you told them that you heard about it on Hoppe Hour, they will hook you up. Mm-hmm. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. I'm not going to play the clip because I'm not going to give the shooter of Trump any attention. Throughout doing my show for the past 12 years, whenever there's been a shooting, I don't say the name of the shooters. But I guess I'm seeing this on TMZ.com. I guess the shooter was making a joke about his penis size in a video from about 4 years ago, which, don't worry, bud. You probably thought you needed a Magnum condom, and you didn't. That happened to me one time. I'm going to say this cleanly for the radio, but this is my second girlfriend. It's time to get the condom, and she's like, Ryan, I hate to tell you, but you don't need the Magnum. And it was a very humbling experience. When you have a beautiful girl you're hanging out with, I think you get the point. I've really cleaned up this show for the radio. You guys should be proud of me. 3 years ago, I would have been talking about much more than that. But when you have to go through things through the FCC, the FCC doesn't play around. No, it doesn't. All right. Coming up next, we are going to break down everything going on with Gypsy Rose and Kim Kardashian. As Gypsy Rose is getting mentoring from Kim Kardashian, how soon until a Gypsy Rose sex tape comes out? Also, we got Hawk Tuah, which I can't believe she's still in the news. And if anything breaks on July 15th, Monday at 5:23 p.m., this is when I'm recording. If it breaks on YouTube, I will play it. This show is for the hardworking average Joe and Jane that grind in life. I don't care if you're in the UK or if you're in America. Thank you for listening. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this. Hang on.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we got the remedy. We got control. We got them hits getting down on the floor. We get it. I freestyle this one right here. C-H-I, got a new sound. Making all the hits get down. Hey, the quick man, make it change swing. Pimps and the players gon' do the damn thing. Coming in the club, taking over streets. Taking over, man, with them choked out beats. Got them on charge, got them on lock. Everywhere we go, guaranteed to blow the spot. Messages to them haters, trying to play them gators. Bullets gon' blaze you, nothing is gonna save you. Bets on the streets, bets on the beats. If you wanna bounce, best report to me. My city Chi-Town, around where I put it down. Ain't no limit, dropping beats by the pound. I balls out a lot, cause you know I call the shots. Stacking paper like the baking sodas in the pot.
We got the remedy, we got the troll, we got them getting down on the floor. We getting we be getting choked out, we be getting choked out. Never did, hey you, hey shout it, let me see you get loose. We getting choked out, we be getting choked out. Hey, let's go. We be getting choked out. Papa Patron with a mean lean. Rim tilted and I'm representing my home team. Super ugly with a stack of money, it's a Gator King. By the bar, come Mr. Pimpin', it's a Gator thing. Tell them how we do it, Joe. Gator Wars, rims spinning, and I ain't even driving, I'm just parking lot pimping. Slide off in the club, feeling managed, and I'm tipsy, so fresh, so clean. With a swagger in my lip, and what it is, what it do. Come on, shout it, let me see you get loose. If you bout it, you can get some great. In VIP, I'm putting my hands on you. Hey, we got the remedy, we got the troll, we got them getting down on the floor. We getting choked out, we be getting choked out, we be getting choked out. Never did, hey you, hey shout it, let me see you get loose. We getting choked out, we be getting choked out, we be getting choked out.
Don't be putting no chasers in my drink. I want 2 high niggas pimp. Yeah. Smoke drink, smoke drink. Smoke drink, smoke people stay bent all on the earth. I don't incur speech all slur. Nothing in my cup, shit is all girl. Y'all hiding the motherfucker making up words. Looking like men, I like them light skin. 2 at a time, I'm 20 twin. Patron and Grey Goose, Tanqueray and Seagram's gin. Stay together in my glass like they all best friends. I can't walk, I can't talk. Broken from the day to the dark. Teeth off a square, but my goons on P. It's drinks on you, all eyes on me. And niggas with me drinking dog. Henny mixed with Remy Ma. Party going all night. When we kick it hard. Niggas with they smoke out. They be getting choked out. Mix it with some liquor, nigga. We be getting droked out.
We be getting choked out, we be getting choked out.
Oh yeah. What are we? Oh yeah. This following segment has been brought to you by DZBZ Honey at dzbzhoney.com, the best Delta 8 CBD honey around. Use keyword Hoppe, Hoppe, at checkout. This is also being brought to you by Mitra 9, the best kava and kratom around. mitra-9.com. And at checkout, use keyword Hoppe, Hoppe, to save 20%.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Did you know that Ryan Hoppe got a vasectomy? Well, now you know, and we aren't even sure why we told you. Welcome back to Hoppe Hour.
Marijuana. Search Hoppe Radio on all major platforms.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
And now for something completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is.
This isn't a
most listened to radio show. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh yeah. 856-49-HOPPE. It's 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com. Let's get to the content.
Whoa! Hoppe Hot Topic!
This is Gypsy Rose Blanchard meeting Kim Kardashian.
Hi, Gypsy.
Hi!
Who's got a more annoying voice?
So nice to meet you.
Kim Kardashian and Gypsy Rose Blanchard joined forces on the latest episode of The Kardashians. Kim, who is studying to become a lawyer, said on episode 8 of the 5th season that she wanted to see what Gypsy Rose wants to do with prison reform.
I've been following your case for a really long time.
Really?
So, I wouldn't want to come and, really meet with someone that I feel like could make an impact just for, the sensation of the case.
Right.
I recognize that like you can make a big difference because you
are annoying and don't go away. She's like the herpes of celebrity news, Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
can really articulate what you went through and how you can get through it.
Blanchard,
what you went through, you got your mom killed.
was released from prison in December 2023. She served 7 years on charges related to her role in the murder of her abusive mother, Claudine D.D. Blanchard, who is believed to have had Munchausen syndrome by proxy. Gypsy Rose shared with Kim some of her experience in prison, revealing she was denied one-on-one therapy.
I received
Yeah, I can imagine any therapist is like, oh, with that voice, I'm not helping you out.
a notice that I didn't qualify for one-on-one therapy.
Wow. You would think that they would want to set you up and give you all of the tools that you would need to be as mentally stable and to be as healed as possible.
Listen, you can say what you want about Kim, but you can tell how much smarter and how much more normal she is. Like Gypsy's got that like nervous energy where she never quits talking, but Kim is very calm. Not in that video with Ray J.
Come home into society. Why wouldn't they set up all of these programs? It always blows my mind.
Just the simple fact that she couldn't get therapy while she was in prison is a problem, you know, and I think that ultimately we want to bring people home that are rehabilitated.
She also explained some of the difficulties she's facing now that she is free.
Reentry's been a whirlwind for me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are living at a residence and they're pressuring us to put me on the lease and I won't pass a background check.
Nope, you won't.
I think it's like this system is just it's built to fail.
It really.
No, you're built to fail. You got your mom killed. Sorry, but when you assist in a murder, you're not going to get privileges of people that didn't get their mom killed.
Yes.
I want to bring awareness. I want to be the person that I wish I had to guide me.
Blanchard also revealed she feels regret over her mother's death.
You know, I look back on things that I could have done differently, and like the one thing that people always ask me is, why didn't you just stand up? Why didn't you just
call the police?
Call the police and this, that, and the other.
And did you tell your dad?
I didn't, because I didn't even know his phone number.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got the daddy issues. She was doomed from the beginning.
My mom literally had put a block on our relationship from him and I. And she created a fake Facebook account as...
It's funny. She only got 9 years in prison. If any man committed that, I mean, her ex is still in prison. But, oh, you're a pretty female.
Me talking to him.
Pretty enough.
Now looking back on it, I'm like, I could have done things a lot differently and it would have ended with my mother being in prison. Did she deserve prison? Yes.
In the conversation, Gypsy Rose talked about how controversially she is viewed. Kim gave her advice on how to handle comments from people on social media.
I'm doing my best to try to make my family proud. You know, there's like an internal battle going on inside because it's like I know that I did something wrong. I paid my consequences, but I feel like half of everybody still wants to condemn me.
That is a good point by her. She did pay her dues of being in prison.
And the other half is rooting for me. Because
I would say 85% rooting against you. There's not many people that are like, oh yeah, I'm a big fan of Gypsy Rose. Get the hell out of here.
I post a selfie and then I'm expected to have this like greater message behind it. And I'm like,
What a narcissist. Yeah, whenever we see a picture of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, we're making sure the caption's good. With the economy going on and our former president almost getting murdered, what we're really thinking about in this world is the captions of Gypsy Rose Blanchard's pictures.
I'm just having fun.
Yeah.
All right, enough of you. 856-49-HOPPY. Then there's this.
Now to Mama-to-be Gypsy Rose Blanchard, who is clearing things up for fans skeptical about the timeline of her surprise pregnancy.
It was mid-March when I left Ryan. So this is absolutely 100% Ken's baby. There was never any question of paternity.
Yeah, you cheated on him. You quit having sex with Ryan. She's trying to act like this was after. Because if this was mid-March, she's going to have the kid in January, 9 months after March, is December. So it was more late March. She's lying.
Gypsy filed to divorce Ryan Anderson less than 4 months before announcing her pregnancy with rekindled flame Ken Urker, complicating.
Which Ken not using a condom is the dumbest thing ever. I mean, it's okay to have fun in bed with her, but you don't have a kid with her.
Matters, a wild Louisiana paternity law.
In Louisiana, if a party has been divorced for less than 300 days and a child is born within that window, then the ex-husband is legally presumed to be the father of that child.
It's important to note Gypsy's divorce from Ryan isn't even finalized yet.
Sociopath.
The parties have a few options. For the biological father, after the child is born, he can file an avowal action to establish paternity, and he must establish that through clear and convincing evidence, which is usually done by a DNA test.
Well, sometimes I judge myself and I'm like, oh, I'm not doing enough in my life. And then I see this sociopath is having a kid. And I'm so grateful I got a vasectomy. My goodness. That dude knocking her up. What are you doing, bro? Yeah, Gypsy Rose Blanchard is pretty in a weird way. She definitely got Hollywood up because she wasn't pretty before she went to prison. But I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is a forever kid. You know what I'm saying? That dude's probably flipping out. Because when you look at pictures of them together, the baby bump pictures of the dude that knocked her up in Gypsy, he's not smiling fully. In the smile, you can see a man who's deathly afraid. Someone that got their mom killed should not be allowed to have kids. Hopefully she can end the spiral and be a good mom. But it really depends if she has her kid be a reality star or not. She was saying, oh yeah, once my kid's born, I'm not going to show him at all or her at all. And then like 3 sentences later on the interview, I played this in the last show, she was like, but I am going to do home videos. So that's what they'll call the show when she shows her kid. It'll be called home videos. She's a lying sociopath. Can't stand her. But yet I talk about her because it's great content. 856-49-HOPPY. 856-494-6773. You can tweet at me at Ryan Hoppe Radio, and you can always email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com, and my Snapchat is it's Ryan Hoppe Radio. I messed that up. I record this for the hardworking average Joe and Jane that grind in life. I don't care if you live in the UK or the US. As long as you're listening to my show, that's all that matters. We will be right back on Hoppe Hour after this. Do not touch that radio dial, that smart device. However the hell you are listening to Hoppe Hour. We'll be right back. Hang on.
'It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
Hoppe Hour. Hoppe Hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour will be right back.
Oh, yeah. I feel like playing a banger right now. We're going to have one more talk segment after this. Here is If Rap Don't Work by LEP Bogus Boys.
Let's go, man.
Playing, we ain't playing, boy. What you saying, boy?
LEP Bogus Boy.
Boy.
I got this one, Lero. Yeah. Rap don't work, Back to the project. With some baking soda slaving over that pirate. I still gotta make quota, so now I'm back to doing what I was doing before I even knew how to rap. What was that? Follow you round, find out where you hide it at. Okay, tell you off, turn around, make you bad. That's right. Matter of fact, tell whoever you plug with. Tell them, try to tax me, I get on some stick up shit. I say it's a goal to run in your crib, lay you on the floor, put the pole in your reel, like you know what this is, homie, open that safe. You either lower that quick or catch a hole in your face. See, around the way I'm known for doing home invasion, all types of grimy licks, nigga, you name it. About business, gotta get it, pimpin', I'm about money. It's what'll happen if this rapping shit don't work out for me.
Rap don't work, it's back to the block. I'm in the kitchen, nigga, cooking the rocks. We make it pop, pop. I'm good with the pop. Now what it do? We ready to rock.
I keep the paper on my mind. Stay on the grind. You never catch a hustler struggling, that's out of line. I'm steady flipping zippers, you flipping dimes. And I bet you ain't with a chopper, ain't precise it in mine. Still cock and squeeze, I ain't gon' talk about it. I treat this money like the fopper, never leave without it here. If you got it, and I'm feeling like I want it bad, I'll stick his ass up fast for that little cash. Give it up, you want it done right, better do it yourself. The more mix you hit it with, the quicker it melt. I'm in the telly with some baggies in the digital. County in the back, mixing up the chemicals. Yeah, if rap don't work, a nigga still gotta eat. What? You wanna beef, big Ruger, keep a lot of heat. Yeah, even my baby mama keep it in the baby seat. Show money, blow money, yeah, other week.
Rap don't work, it's back to the block. I'm in the kitchen, nigga, cooking the rocks. We make it pop, pop. I'm good with the pop. Now what it do? We ready to rock, rock.
If rap don't work, I ain't finna trip. I'ma take it to the block and chop another zip. Fat rat sitting back watching Dro tip. $100 bills busting out the money clips. Another hit, check the spins on the BDS. I'm a star and they ain't see me on the TV yet. Even if it's wet, I'ma make it flip. Rap don't work, it's back out of town taking trips.
There he is, come on. Hey Mooney, I see you got your buzz up, but if rapping don't work for you, what you gonna do?
Back to the block, baby.
There you have it.
It's back to the block. I'm in the kitchen, nigga, cooking the rocks. We make it pop, pop. I'm good with the pop. Now what it do?
Got it.
We ready to rock.
All right, we're about to end the show, but I want to go over all of the sponsors of Hoppe Hour. You ready? Let's go. This following segment has been brought to you by Mitra-9.com. Mitra 9, the best kava and kratom around. If you go to mitra-9.com and at checkout use keyword Hoppe, H-O-P-P-E, you can save 20%. This is also being brought to you by Fortify.com, Fortifeye.com. At checkout, use keyword Ryan20, RYAN20 to save 20%. This is also being brought to you by DZBZ Honey at DZBZHoney.com. At checkout, use keyword Hoppe to get the best Delta 8 CBD honey around. This is also being brought to you by counselingoncall.net. If you live in Maryland and Florida and you need a therapist, go there. This is being brought to you by Amir Academy of Martial Arts at amiracademy.com. RichKBarber.com, Rich Keeley Master Barbershop over at Salon Loft on Kennedy Boulevard in Tampa. And WestChasePrinting.com, the best printing company in all of the Bay Area. We're going to come back on Hoppe Hour, and we're going to wrap up this puppy or this cat, whatever you want.
It's time for Hoppe in the morning.
This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe. This is an official broadcast. Check out RyanHoppeRadio.com. This is Hoppe Hour with Hoppe. This is an official broadcast. Check out RyanHoppeRadio.com.
Hoppe Hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
And now for something completely different.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa! Happy hot topic!
Katy Perry defends Women's World music video, claiming it's satire. Honestly, I don't even feel like playing this. She's claiming it's satire because now she's getting ripped into for having an anti-men music video. So she's like, oh, it's satire, blah, 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 da, da, da. Can you imagine if a male made a music video and called it Male's World? Whatever. Here's the Hawk Tuah girl. I don't know if you can tell. I've been talking for an hour and 27 minutes, so I didn't feel like really ranting about Katy Perry because she's irrelevant. Not really, because she had a song, but you know what I'm saying. Here's the Hawk Tuah girl talking about things.
What brings you here to New York?
Visiting.
Visiting?
Visiting. I've never been.
Oh my God. Well,
I've never been.
Welcome. Any plans?
Do what?
Any plans?
The beach?
Let's do some Hawk Tuah, spit on something, ride something.
Right. So I know.
I wonder how many guys she's hooked up since then, or girls. I wonder if she hooked up with Shaq, if she hooked up with, I think it was Kenny Chesney she was with, or Luke Bryan. They all are the same thing. But I wonder which famous person she's hooked up with.
You probably get asked this all the time, but who is Pookie?
No comment.
What happened?
No comment.
So Pookie's like your boo thing?
A little bit, I guess you could say.
Oh, wait, so is Pookie like that TikToker, or is that like someone else?
Oh, no. He's
so it's like your boo thing from your hometown?
Oh, yeah.
Get
That's
out
how
of
you
here.
put it, boo thing.
That
There
is
you
so
go.
crazy. I love that.
In the movie Idiocracy, they talk about how there's new words that are created that are dumb slang terms, and everything that comes out of this paparazzi and this dumb imbecile known as Hawk Tuah girl. Although if she were to walk in, I'd be like, I live at, never mind, I almost said my address.
Okay, so what's the first thing you bought now that, you got some money from fame?
Oh, I bought $900 worth of supplies for PetSmart, and we donated it.
And you did what?
We donated it.
So why PetSmart?
For all the poor little animals.
Oh my God, I love that.
What a dumb question. She says she got something with animals, and the woman goes, why PetSmart? What the fuck? It's like saying you bought $900 in video games, and you're like, why'd you go to GameStop? Wow, the paparazzi. I mean, I know it doesn't take a smart person to follow famous people around, but listen to this. I got a watch and I got jewelry. Why'd you go to IDC?
And we donated it.
And you did what?
We donated it.
So why PetSmart?
For all the poor little animals.
Oh my God, I love that.
We donated it to a local shelter in Nashville.
So that's like a passion of yours?
Yes, ma'am.
What are your career goals? Like, do we see you doing a podcast? Do we see you doing comedy? What's next for you?
It'll be somewhere in that area.
Really?
God, can you imagine the Hawk Tuah girl podcast? She doesn't seem dumb, but it's just like, I don't know.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you talking to anybody about, like, doing those kind of things? Any, like, negotiations being made?
Well, one thing the Hawk Tuah girl has going for her is she's wearing a baseball cap and glasses, and she looks like every basic blonde you see at the airport. That's got to be nice. She looks like every girl. I mean, if you go to, like, Dallas Bowl on a Friday night in Tampa, you see about 20 Hawk Tuahs, only they use teeth.
Kinda. We're working on it.
So you can't tell us?
This dummy needs to get on OnlyFans and do nothing sexual, but just go on OnlyFans and post a podcast. Because then guys would join. I'm above OnlyFans. No, you're not. You got famous for talking about blowjobs.
Happy Hour. Happy Hour.
RyanHoppeRadio.com.
And like that, he's gone.
Hoppe Hour is now over.
Hoppe Hour is now over.
Goodbye. That last segment where I talked about Haktua and blowjobs will not be on the radio, so that was garbage time exclusive. Let me hum as I turn off this board. Mm-hmm.